I remember things which I should not remember, and oftentimes I keep thinking that maybe if things would have gone different, the outcome which I have right now wouldn't have been there, and whatever people would have changed, or I would have changed, or I wouldn't have been this way. And I keep questioning the decisions I took, and I keep questioning what actions I did, and it made me think that I wrote this down. You don't need a reason or permission to feel good or be yourself, even if you're going through a bad time. You're not accountable for what is supposed to be. You're supposed to be who you are and lean into that feeling completely. I think it's just hard for you to feel good even when you're going through a bad time because I think that the bad emotion is just too overwhelming for you, and that it is very hard for you to come out of that feeling, and it is hard for yourself. It's hard for me to break through that pattern where I am needing some person or needing an emotion, and I need that person or emotion to understand my feelings, and suddenly when they're cut off from me, it hurts a lot and I don't know what to do. And even if sometimes I feel that I'm good, I do really miss the feeling of being with that person. But growth doesn't come if I'm falling back into the same patterns. Growth only comes when I realize that the patterns I had before were not good, and I understand and analyze them and see that this is not what was good, and then move on to the next one. That is when growth comes. And it is not easy to do that. It is really not easy to do that because the more I want to do that, the more I feel lonely about things, the more I'm reminded about other things, the more I'm reminded of the memories of that person. And it makes me feel very bad, it makes me feel very lonely, and I feel that it also comes to a point where I do not love myself enough where others absence is not affecting me. I need to start loving myself so that other people's absence also does not affect me. So I need to make sure that where am I going wrong? Where am I feeling less about myself? That I need someone else to validate for me and tell that okay, you're enough. You're really enough. Whatever you're doing is alright, whatever you're feeling is alright, whatever you're doing is really enough. I Without needing that someone to tell me that you are enough, when will I truly know that I am enough? Because if I don't tell myself that I am enough, I will keep craving for that validation from some person in my life, and I will not love myself truly. And if I don't love myself truly, I will truly be miserable for the rest of my life. Because loving yourself is very important, right? If you don't love yourself, how are you going to love others? How are you going to love the world? You can't do that without loving yourself. Isn't that the first point of doing anything? And it is hard because no one knows me better than I do. No one knows the flaws of me like I do. No one knows what all I am going to do. No one knows what all I have done. So for when I'm judging, I judge myself very well. I judge myself so well that there is not 1% error left. I judge myself very harshly. But when the time comes for rewarding, I don't reward myself that much. I reward myself very harshly. That anyone could have done this. Anyone could have become like this. Hmm? It's not a great thing. It's not a big thing that you're going through this at the first point. Going through this itself is a big thing, but you're not giving yourself enough. You're just saying that everyone goes through this. It's all right.